Welcome to today's live stream. I know it's Sunday. In fact, it is Super Bowl Sunday, February 12th, but you're not here for that. You are here for the title of this video, How Fast Can You Get Speaking Gigs Realistically? Now, I'm going to answer this question in a couple of different ways, but I think the most common way and the most common intent behind this question is for someone who is just starting out and they want to know, okay, I want to quit my job and become a speaker, or I want to leave my practice and become a speaker. How can I do that? How quickly can I do that realistically? How long is it going to take to get up and running and get some speaking gigs under my belt? Now, the other question behind the question there is paid speaking gigs, right? Because I'll tell you this, you can get free speaking gigs immediately, right? You can go out there and do speaking gigs next month, if not sooner. There are lots of organizations who are desperate for speakers. And very often we use those organizations or we leverage those organizations or we add value to those organizations in exchange for building up a clientele, getting our name out there and our speech out there and our information out there and the word of mouth train going. And then we proactively and intentionally turn free gigs into paid gigs. Do not sit and wait and hope for a free gig to turn into a paid gig. Do not sit and wait and hope for a podcast appearance to turn into paid speaking gigs. You've got to leverage them intentionally, proactively. I've said it so much on this channel, you'll hear me say it again. Be proactive, not reactive. So that situation is really how I think I want to answer this question. How quickly can we get to the paid speaking gigs place? Now, I have a program. It is called 0 to 10K in 90 days. And that 90-day period, that 3-month period, allows for the train to start. And it allows for essentially not even the train to start. You're just going to buy a train ticket. The fastest way to getting speaking gigs is, it's not, you don't have to go and build train tracks and design a locomotive and assemble it and put it together and then get from point A to point B. You don't have to do that. You can just buy a ticket, right? There are things in place. There are, events that are already happening. There are people who are already hiring speakers and already looking for speakers. So all you have to do is put yourself in front of those people. And that's like hooking in or lassoing, as Brendan Burchard says, a train that already exists. So that realistic number, 0 to 10K in 90 days, absolutely realistic. Now, here's another caveat. Here's another disclaimer. I don't know you. I don't know what your topic is. I don't know what your work ethic is. I don't know how you've packaged or positioned your topic. I don't know what the marketplace is going to say when they hear about you speaking about your topic. Are you, for example, a bald man trying to sell hair cream? Right? I don't know any of those details. So that absolutely will affect the time frame. But here's the thing. Get yourself packaged and positioned in such a way where your information, your content, or your story, or your energy is in alignment with what an organization wants. An organization who has events, an organization who hires speakers, an organization that has a budget to hire speakers for those events. Find out what they want. Find out what you do. Yes, find out what you do. I said that. Go inside, figure out all of the different factors and value that you could bring to the table, and pick one. Pick a lane. Pick an attribute. Pick a moment in your life where you had a story or an anecdote that could speak a message, and find out which of those skill sets, which of those knowledge bases. I mean, you're a complete human. Right? You have a lot of different possibilities and options. So find out what they want, find out what you do, what your passion is, what your excitement is, and then don't judge them ahead of time. Don't say, oh, nobody will ever book that. No, because there's a third piece, right? It's what they want, it's what you do, and then it's how what you do delivers what they want. I'll say that again. The third piece of the puzzle is how what you do, what your magic is, what your passion is, what your energy is, what your excitement is, how what you do affects and impacts what they want. You can connect those dots for them. You can put those pieces together for them. You can speak their language, speak your message with their language. Do that. We can get you booked. I mean, it's quick. 0 to 10K in 90 days is not unrealistic. If you've got a message that is appealing to the market and you've got a way to distribute that message to the market, right? And through the right media where they hang out, right? Don't try to manufacture your own client list, right? Find out where they're all hanging out and just put yourself in front of them. So I think the 0 to 10K, $10,000 again is a numerical dollar amount. I get that. Some people's fees are different. When I say 0 to 10K, it doesn't mean you're going to go get a $10,000 speech, although that is possible, right? There are some clients of mine that they have all of the pieces. They just haven't put them together yet in the right way. And when they put them together in the right way, they are absolutely a 5-figure per speech speaker. Hands down, no questions asked. And whether or not they've even spoken before, right? Because people aren't buying speaking experience, right? Speaking isn't one of those things where you have this barrier to entry. Yes, you want to deliver a great speech, but sometimes, in fact, if you ask the founder of TED, and I don't know about your understanding or knowledge of the TED universe, but they've dealt with some speakers, right? They have had and booked some speakers and put on some events and had some, level of success. And his name's Chris. I don't remember his last name, but he said, yo, I'll tell you this, given the choice between a great speaker and a great speech, which one do I think is going to go crazy, viral, have amazing success? Which one are we interested in? Which one are audiences interested in? Message over messenger. Message over messenger. And that means you don't have to have a number one top shelf speaking skill to get quick speaking gigs in 90 days or less. You don't have to have 20 years of experience on the stage to deliver value in excess of $10,000. You've got to have a message. You've got to have a message that is relevant, that resonates, that connects with the audience, that is transformative, is impactful, is important. And if you have a message that can help people and that can add value, then the messenger, the delivery vehicle, is only important insofar as you're not the bald man trying to sell hair cream. It's only important insofar as you're not dreadfully terrible. Like literally so bad. Chris Anderson, thank you, not the founder. Thank you, Facebook user, for the information. I was going to invite people to poke into the comments and correct me because I knew someone out there knew this. This is a Chris Anderson quote, not the founder of TED, but yes, that was Richard Saul Herman. Thank you. But yeah, I think as long as the message can get through, right? As long as you're not so bad that the message gets lost. And listen, I don't know. I don't know if I've seen a speaker that bad, right? I've seen a lot of speakers, seen a lot of bad speakers. A lot of speakers come to me and say, hey, I want to do this more. I don't do it a lot. Therefore, I'm a beginner. Therefore, they're probably usually typically not as good as professionals that I see and I share the stage with. But even that, if you can get a message across, you'll get better, right? You'll get better at the actual speaking piece. So let's get back to our main topic here. Don't feel like you need to have client lists, websites, demo videos, that you need to have 15, 20 years of experience as a speaker, that you need to be certified through Toastmasters or National Speakers Association. Like, you don't realistically, you don't need that stuff. What you do need is what I mentioned earlier in this video. Do you have a message that helps? Do you have the ability to package that message and describe that message in the language of the audience so that it definitely is clear that it is what they want? Get those things? And be able to speak about what you speak about, like be able to have a conversation and say, this is what I can do on a stage. This is what I can deliver. Here is a program description. Here is a speech title. Here are the bullet points that they'll walk away with. Okay, not a one sheet. You don't need a fancy graphically designed one sheet that has a bunch of meaningless, letters after your name or credentials or all that like resume stuff. They don't care. They don't care. What do they care about? What can you teach my audience in such a way that it will transform their behavior and deliver a result that we want? Can you do that? Can you help us fill speaking slots? Can you? Yes. I mean, all the other stuff is helpful. Anything else is gravy. Like if you can entertain the audience, right? I used to be a magician. Fantastic. If you check the diversity, equity, inclusion boxes, that is, a nice to have. All those other things, nice to haves, not have to haves. So realistically, how quickly can you go out there and get paid speaking gigs? 90 days or less, realistically. How quickly can you build a successful, sustainable, consistent, reliable six-figure speaking business? It's a little bit of a different story because now I need to know how's your hustle. Now I need to know what are your communication skills. Now I need to know what are your assets. Now I need to know a little bit about your background and your resume. And those types of questions, again, when I help speakers go from the beginning stage of getting those first $10,000 worth of paid speaking gigs, right? Knowing how to book a gig, close a deal, send the contracts, like all of those important details. Then when it comes time to scaling to consistency, now we're gonna have some fun, right? And the way to really make that happen is a combination of what we call our snowball method. And then there's a few other sort of, again, very proactive, I'll say even almost mathematical approaches to getting out there and getting those consistent speaking gigs. So that will be another video for another time, but that is it for today. Happy Sunday, happy Super Bowl Sunday. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to get over to getspeakinggigs.com. And don't forget to check out our 0 to 10K professional speaker acceleration course and toolkit. There it is right there in my little banner on the screen. Take a look. We are launching officially in 10 days. That is when the doors officially open. This is still in pre-launch. We created the program with a pilot group. Tomorrow is our final session. And then right after tomorrow, the launch process begins. And I know that that when this thing goes out, right, to the masses, the price is going to go up, right? It just makes sense. We're giving sort of that early bird discount right now. So when we launch, the price will be $2,500. After launch, the price will be $3,000. I'll be very transparent with you. And that's what's happening. So take a look and see if you have what it takes. If you got the pieces and you want to put the pieces together and you want to scale to $10,000 in paid speaking gigs quickly, that's the program. No question about it. It's like a greatest hits of the Get Speaking Gigs world. It is the plan. It is the path. It is the outline, the description, the blueprint, whatever you want to call it. It is an all-out attack, and we're going to get you that $10,000 come hell or high water. All right, that is it. Speak soon.